He heavily criticized joint practices with the Texans earlier this week, which appears to add more fuel to the fire of tension between Rodgers and his new coach, Matt LaFleur. Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio wrote this: Rodgers continues to be the most powerful employee in the organization, and he's showing everyone who wears the championship belt. They'll let him gloat for now. The moment he shows real signs of slippage, however, the Packers will cut the cord and Rodgers will be playing for another team just like his predecessor in Green Bay. Shannon, do you believe this?
1,000%. Skip, you can be a young, talented problem, but they will refuse to let you be an old, untalented problem.
That is true.
And you, Skip, Brett, you did this for so long. How many times did Brett, I want to hold out?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to come to mini camp. I don't want to come to training camp. I just want to show up and play, yada, yada, yada. And you say, you know what? I'm tired of this BS. Boom. And this is what's going to... Now, it's not going to happen for a while, Skip, because I looked at them cabinet. If they were to release him, say, within the next 3 years, he got 1 year, that would be $53 million of dead money. So, basically, we're looking at somewhere around 2022, 2023. Now, maybe a trade is possible, but, Skip, he's getting ridiculous with this now. He really is. And I think he's unbelievable talent. But his arrogance is really starting to rub me the wrong way. And I don't have a problem with guys being arrogant. But this... I think his arrogance is bordering, it's not bordering, it's selfish. It's all about him. And Mike Florio is absolutely right, and that's the way it works, Skip. Guys will talk, teams will tolerate a lot. Good friend of mine, Terrell Lewis, is a perfect example. Skip, his last year in Cincinnati, T.O. had 72 catches, I think 983, and 9 touchdowns. He led the team in every category. There is no reason T.O. should have been on the team the following year. But you know what? They say, you know what? Nah, we good. And that's what's going to happen to this young man.
What did I call Terrell? Team obliterator.
I'm just saying, look, he wasn't team obliterator. The man could play, and he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You just detailed how he was team obliterator.
No, I said that the antics that he displayed is that no matter who you are, Skip, eventually you keep giving teams problems. The moment it's like, you know what? He ain't that same guy. He ain't gonna... See, Skip, I can tolerate, 45 touchdowns and 4,500 yards. But there's gonna be a time. There's gonna be a time that Aaron Rodgers is gonna keep this, because that's in him now, Skip. He doesn't know any other way. That's what's in him now. His behavior is ingrained, and he's been emboldened. Hell, I got one coach fired. What's to stop me from saying I can't get another one? They've given me
Especially when he's only like 4 years older than me.
Exactly.
Right?
They've acquiesced to whatever I've wanted. So what's to stop me now? And he can't stop. Skip, I would have never, whatever Mike said, I'm not going against that. For what? What? That's not about me. What's the best for the team? And it seems to me now, appears to be a lot of people. It's about Aaron. What is going to make Aaron most comfortable? Damn, the rest of you are 52. It's about me, bro. Mike Florio's right. There'll come a time there'll be a slippage. He's going to be one of these guys you're like, man, that guy should spend his whole career in Green Bay. It's not going to happen, though.
I'm hoping you'll repeat that word for word to my friend Lil Wayne when he comes in to take issue with me for being too hard on Aaron Rodgers. Because I agree with everything you just said, because I've been saying the same thing for 3 years here on this show. Aaron Rodgers is now on thin ice up at Lambeau Field, known as the frozen tundra. And
he's stuck for 3 years, though, Skip. He got too much money. They can't take him.
Speaking of 3 years, he's, as a starting quarterback, 20, 18, and 1 over the previous 3 years. That ranks 25th in the National Football League among starting quarterbacks. That's not good enough. His completion percentage has fallen each of those 3 years. His QBR has fallen each of those 3 years. And then we had the offseason story by Tyler Dunn of Bleacher Report that detailed all of the internal conflict between Aaron and Mike McCarthy and Aaron and Mark Murphy, who's the sort of the CEO of the Packers. And there was the quote, Mark Murphy denied it, but it was in there that Mark Murphy, when he called Aaron to tell him, to inform him, hey, I've picked Matt LaFleur to be your next head coach, that Mark Murphy, according to this piece, told him, don't be the problem, and repeated it, don't be the problem, Aaron Rodgers.
And then remember Aaron said, well, I called Martin, like, what's this? Why are you calling him? If you say, we were on the same page and he wouldn't say anything like that, why I need to call him?
So this piece points out that Aaron changed roughly 1/3 of Mike McCarthy's play calls last year, that he undermined Mike McCarthy, that he, according to one of the unnamed sources, effed him over. Well, I don't know. You can pick a side on that. Right. I'm sure both had some culpability here.
Yeah, but there have been guys on the record that said that Mike would send a play in and Aaron would be in the huddle and roll his eyes.
Okay.
That's not, you know, that's how guys have gone on record and said that.
And the Mike McCarthy, who for a while was known as maybe the best play caller in pro football, according to this piece, that Aaron thought of him as one of the lowest, if not the lowest, football IQ of coordinators in the league. Okay?
But Skip, I mean, come on, that's Rodgers. Now, you know he believes he's the Einstein of quarterback now.
Okay. So what happened just yesterday, it was the day before yesterday, they had a joint practice, and I'm assuming Aaron didn't practice very well or he didn't like the way it went, and so he just goes off on his new coaching staff after the practice and basically says he's going to turn them into the NFLPA for practicing special teams drills live, full-speed special teams like kickoff return drills, and he was very unhappy with that. Well, just tell your coaching staff. Go make it private. Don't make it public.
But but hold on, Skip. You practice like, hold on, you might not get but X amount of practices, but in those practices, you got the pads on, you can go live. How else can you practice, Skip, kickoff, kick return, punt return in pads if you don't go live?
You can try to walk through it, but it won't work.
No.
It won't be the same.
It's just like when you go goal line, Skip. How do you walk through goal line?
You can't walk through it. I agree. You have to practice kickoff return. A few, or it'll be a nightmare when you get out there for the first real game. So Aaron Rodgers is already off to the races on the new coaching staff, and we've seen him be at some odds with the new head coach.
Maybe he thinking he was in mini camp, Skip, or OTAs. He forgot he was in training camp, and in training camp, they put the pads on.
Yeah.
And, of course, the piece concludes that Aaron is known as arrogant in the locker room because he blames everyone but himself. Okay? That's the guy who's on thin ice on the frozen tundra.
But all that being said, Skip, that doesn't change the fact that he's great.
Great how?
You know how.
In a vacuum, in a highlight?
Wait, when it comes to spinning that football,
he can spin it.
Can spin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he can spin it better than Dan Marino can spin it. But
It's close, Skip.
Yeah.
I was a believer after being at the Super Bowl when they won against Pittsburgh and being at field level. And TV don't do him justice. It's like, you know, sometimes you watch like entertainers. You're like, wow, I didn't know he was that small. I didn't know he was that tiny.
Yeah.
Watching him throw the football on TV does not do him justice. You got to see him spin the. Oh no! No, you got to see that thing in person.
So the greatest thrower of the football last year went 6'9" 1.
Oh, there you go, Skip. Hold on, Skip. Why you equate that? Just because you can be the best at something, that doesn't mean. I mean, Usain Bolt's the fastest man alive. That didn't mean he didn't want to lose a race. Come on, Skip.
Okay, but Aaron doesn't run the 100 meters because that's a solo act, right? You don't need leadership to run the 100. You just run it.
But that's my point.
You lead yourself, right?
Yeah. Hold on. This is the ultimate. You tell me football is the ultimate team game.
It is.
That the offense relies on the defense relies on the offense, and both of those two rely on the special teams. But now you just want to single out Aaron Rodgers. Do I think he's arrogant? Yes. Sometimes now I think he's starting to go over that. Do I think he's selfish? Do I think he points fingers and puts the accountability on someone else other than himself? Absolutely. But still don't deny the fact. All those things, Skip, this many can be true. He can be all those things I mentioned and still spin the football.
Ultimate question.
Yes.
Is it very difficult for the Green Bay Packers to overcome Aaron Rodgers' lack of leadership? Yes, very difficult.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, you know, everybody's saying good, you know, he got a thing now because we've heard him and Matt LaFleur is already starting to bump heads, especially about being able to change the plays at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be very interesting, Skip, because you know the season's right around the corner. Right around the corner, Jay. I think we're like a month away. So we got to find out. Because at some point in time, Skip, it's not going to always be Green Bay winning by 14-21. There are going to be some intense, some crucial moments. And we're going to see. We're going to find out.
It's crazy to think it's his 12th year as a starter in Green Bay. It is hard to change your personality when it's been that long.
Yeah. And he's had success. Man done won two MVPs, a Super Bowl MVP, done got a man fired. How powerful do you think he is?
Another 6-9-1, and he might be sitting on that trading block.
Things could get interesting.
I bet Dallas will trade for him. But he go to Dallas right now. They win the next 3 Super Bowls.
We have a Super Bowl.
No. Jared might be waiting on that. Jared might be
Throw
waiting.
that out
He said,
there,
I trade y'all Dak Prescott. I trade y'all Dak Prescott and $40 million straight up for Aaron Rodgers.
By the way, in 3 meetings with Aaron Rodgers, Dak's QBR is an average of 80, 80, 80. That's his average. 80. Aaron's was 62.
Well, in 3 meetings with Aaron Rodgers, his win percentage is 33. I don't know about no QBR, but I know about win percentage.
Yeah, speaking of team unity, that's because your field goal kicker saved you, right? Mason Crossbar from 56 and 51.
Now, hold on. Now, we know a guy that's sitting on 6 Super Bowl wins. That his field goal kicker going to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot because he saved him.
Yeah, because he put the field goal kicker in position.
Did Aaron Rodgers not put Mason Crosby?
It's 56 yards. Is that position?
Yeah.
Really?
We got to leave this one for now, guys, as enjoyable as that was. Is Colin Kaepernick's comeback. We will discuss what he's been up to next.